got me framed in?
Looking good.
Alright. Everybody, I want to show you the MINI12 stove from Gray Stove Works. This is a tiny, serious little wood burner, and today what I want to show you is how to pipe it up. It's not a typical wood burner, and you can only get them one place, and that's right here. You'll notice that this has a bell, a really heavy steel bell on it. And the bell is big enough so that you could slide a piece of this pipe right into it. Now get a good look at this. Now this is 3-inch LT, or what they call pellet pipe. This is for pellet stoves. We had a customer who had a little difficulty getting theirs piped up, so that's why we're making this for you. Now if you look in here, you'll see an inside sleeve and an outside sleeve. Our stove is designed so that this inner sleeve goes inside the pipe and this outer will come down over the outside. Now, one more thing. Now, take a look in here. There's a seam. You see these seams, how they're curled over? Well, this can catch and this can get in your way and give you a hard time. But let me show you how it should go on there. Okay? Typically where you see that seam, you'll want to put that inner seam right in here like this. I don't know if you can get a good shot of that. Bring it over to the light more. Here. Okay. This is the back of the stove. It has a heat shield on it. Okay, now what? This is how it's supposed to fit. Just like that. And then you put a screw in it and it can't go anywhere. Alright, let me do that for you one more time. Look for the seam on the inside. Place that seam forward. And you just rock it down over and put it on about 3/4 of an inch to an inch and put one screw in it. And that's it. Remember, this is 3-inch LT pellet pipe. When you ask the home improvement store for pellet pipe, don't tell them you're putting it on a wood stove, because they're thinking a big regular wood stove, and they'll give you a hard time. You want pellet pipe for this stove. Now, sometimes in shipping, your stove may have gotten damaged in the back and get a dent. I'm going to show you how to get around that. Suppose this thing gets some damage and you have a flat spot. Now what do? Well, let me show you what you can do. You can actually have your contractor, you could do it yourself. Actually, it was damaged when it arrived, and this is part of that video. If yours is damaged, you don't want to mess with it. You ship it back. We have insurance on these. In the meantime, you can just tap it round like this and just do the same thing. Look for the seam on the inside and just place it on the inside, and the pipe goes right on. Okay? Now, to show you what's going on in there, or if your contractor doesn't have enough patience, get a piece of paper. You say, what are you doing now? I'm making a cut. I'm going to cut that outer jacket off so you can see what's in there. Now, if you take a piece of paper, you can use Christmas wrapping paper. It's Christmas time. You can make an exact straight line all the way around that pipe. Now, I'm going to cut this back about an inch so you can see the inside. So I'll take a Sharpie and just make a nice line around there like this. And if your contractor has to do this to get it to fit, they can. It will not hurt anything. Just make a nice straight cut so you can see what you're dealing with inside. Okay? So after you wrap the piece of paper around, this is very thin metal, and your contractor should have a pair of tin snips, aviation snips. I'm just going to go around and cut this outer jacket off to show you what it looks like on the inside. Make a nice straight clean cut and pry as you go like this. I'm only doing this so you can see what's on the inside, and if you should have to strip this outer jacket to get it on there, you can. Now this seam is a little bit tough. I'm going to take a couple hands, snip through it, bend it up. Keep going around. Now you'll be able to see what's inside these pellet pipe. Okay? The inside is a stainless steel jacket. It's flexible. You can actually pop that seam. See how thin it is? Now you can see what you're working with. and that should slip right inside this collar. Remember, if your stove comes in damaged, you can either reject it or you can fix it. All you got to do is straighten it out. Take your inside seam, put it toward the front of the stove, and seat it in there. One screw when you're done. How was that?
Excellent.
Cut.